Dear God, I seen my baby girl. I know it was her. She looked just like me and my daddy. Like more us than us is ourselves. My little girl looks like she fretting over something. She got my eyes, just like they is today. Like everything I seen, she seen.
Steven Spielberg himself admits that no one expected or even really wanted him to be the guy who translated Alice Walker to the screen.
What does the world's most famous purveyor of childish thrills and adventures have to say about the life of an abused black woman in the early 20th century?
And well, that answer never exactly arrives.
We don't want to make the case that artists should be hemmed in exclusively by their own perspective.
Certainly, Roger Ebert and his empathy machine ideas are useful touchstones here in dissecting the response to The Color Purple.
That the best way to discuss an issue is to render it, the suffering of the afflicted, in the most pictorially splendid terms, to show how beautiful the lives of these people are, to show that they can, and we can too by extension, transcend the nightmarishness of real life.
On the 15th? Can I hold her?
Oh, if you like, yes. Watch your head now, be careful. There you go.
I think she mine. My heart says she mine, but I don't know she mine. Is she my baby? Her name Olivia.
That if a movie has a happy ending, and at this point in Spielberg's career, they all do, then all of the cruelty that is depicted in the movie is sort of justified.
Your reaction to The Color Purple is going to be very much defined by whether you agree with that so much gorgeously rendered suffering is justified.
Not to say that the stories of suffering shouldn't be told. They should, and considering how few movies have been made about the post-antebellum South, least of all with care and sensitivity, I mean, certainly Hollywood was long overdue in 1985.
And an argument for Color Purple transcending the trap of a white director eager to prove his bona fides as a serious artist is that, if nothing else, his classical images and intense interest in the fullness, in the tempestuousness of his characters' emotions was not something often foisted on white audiences.
Or really any audiences. This big deal Oscar winner was about black women surviving everything life threw at them, some with their hope intact, some without.
The performances are all incredible, and as the great Stephen Boone once said, his direction here is pure John Ford or Orson Welles. And it wasn't nothing for a director who'd reinvented American movies to use his not inconsiderable skill to tell a story most other directors, black or white, could not finance to the tune of 15 million Reaganomics bucks. Half the cost of a Star Wars sequel.
Then Harpo beat on Sophia. And then Sophia beat on Harpo some more. And in between the beatings, the children keep coming. And then one day, Sophia, she just can't take it no more.
Good riddance.
Bye, Clarence. Bye, Emma. Bye, Ruby. Bye, Sophia. Bye, Nick.
Yes, I will.
Come on, Jean. Show us how it works. If it does work.
I suppose you'll break down.
Come on, Lucy.
I'm coming, Papa. I hope you're going to be warm enough.
Got a blanket for you here, Jean. Yeah. Night. Bye. Bye.
Papa,
Huh?
Papa, do you think George is terribly arrogant and domineering?
Oh, he's still only a boy.
The reason why I'm in Africa is because one of the missionaries that was supposed to go with Corinne and Samuel to help with the children and setting up the school suddenly married a man, and I came in her place.
I wrote a letter to you almost every day on the ship. On my first sight of the Africa coast, something struck in me, in my soul, Celie, like a large bell. Then I just vibrated. It has been a long time since I had time to write, but always, no matter what I'm doing, I'm writing you. Dear
Celie, bring me a cool drink.
I am packing my belongings in the shawl my mother used to wear when she went to the market. And I am going from my valley. And this time I shall never return. I am leaving behind me my 50 years of memory. Memory. Strange that the mind will forget so much of what only this moment is past, and yet hold clear and bright the memory of what happened years ago, of men and women long since dead. Yet who shall say what is real and what is not? Can I believe my friends all gone, when their voices are still a glory in my ears? No, and I will stand to say no and no again, for they remain a living truth within my mind.
Frankly, the last thing anyone needs is two white people telling you how to feel about the color purple in 2023, but what we can say most assuredly is that Spielberg, aware that his cast was going to sell the pain of this story, wrote his version of the story in all caps and perfect calligraphy.
And there are astonishing sequences, unbelievable compositions, marvelous uses of deep focus, sensitive lighting decisions, and his typically stunning blocking.
Which amplifies how painful the content of Alice Walker's book is, and how terrible its most hopeful passages can be in the reflection of this.
Apples. Apples. A-P-P-L-E-S. Apples. 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 Iron. Iron. I-R-O-N. Iron. Iron.
Kettle. K-E-T-T-L-E.
Kettle. Eggs. E-G-G-S. Eggs. Shelf. S-H-E-L-F. Honey. H-O-N-E-Y. Honey. Jar. J-A-R. Jar. Window. W-I-N-D-O-W. Window. H-A-I-R. Yeah. A-R-M-R. Yes, Celie. Sleeve. S-L-E-E-V-E. Sleeve. And big. Stocking. What's it say, Celie? Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R. Period.
Ain't you got nothing better to do?
There's just always a little tension between the content of the story and the man telling it, to say nothing of Quincy Jones's rather insistent score.
Though, when the film briefly becomes Cabin in the Sky, Jones's presence certainly makes much more sense.
Looks like Albert brought his maid. Last time I saw that kind of hat was at my mama's funeral.
Margaret Avery's Shug and her red dress standing out from the earth-tone juke joint built for her to shine in is a great example of the joyousness Spielberg locates in this painful saga.
There's a lot of object work in Spielberg's blocking in this, to hint at how small so much of Seeley, his heroine's world, is for so long. How much hinges on the simplest gestures.
Come on, Miss Seeley. I don't want to have to come in there after you now. Lord have mercy, fireman ain't gonna get it. Somebody call the law. You can light a fire without a match. You can catch a fish without a hook. You can make a blind man see. Oh! Now do your shimmy. Shake your shimmy, girl. Come on, yeah. Show me your stuff. Oh, Seeley. Oh, Miss Seeley, why you always covering up your smile? Show me some teeth. Show me that pretty smile. Oh, girl, you need a smiling lesson. Come on. Made him stout. Wasn't satisfied till it made him a snout. Made him a snout just as long as a rail. Wasn't satisfied till it made him a tail. Made him a tail just a...
Spielberg also uses a lot of shadows to tell his story, to hint at the life Seeley imagines and wants to enjoy, but doesn't usually get to live.
Indeed, there's something of a shadow play quality to all of The Color Purple, because it's Spielberg imagining a world where he isn't the man known for light entertainments and fantastical sights and sounds. What if he had come of age in the 40s, been an Irving Rapper or a Sam Wood or Douglas Sirk-style figure? He's imagining something different in himself, the same as Seeley is, which can make the movie an extraordinarily difficult and complicated thing to watch, even outside of all of the violence and misery.
And yet there is no denying this was a very crucial step in his development as an artist, because it made him unafraid of everything. Seriousness, historical trauma, and tragedy, they were just one more piece of subject matter he had now tackled. He could do anything he wanted and be rewarded with good reviews and a king's ransom at the box office.
And that attitude would become an albatross for a while, but it would always remain true.
The question he failed to answer in The Color Purple,
likely because he didn't have an answer,
is why this story?
Why these people?
Why this moment?
And why bend source material to meet you when you could more easily and intuitively meet source material you understood?
Going forward, he would have all of those answers.
But perhaps more importantly for our purposes, he'd have powerful, compelling, seductive, and unforgettable images.
Never part, like he died. Me and you, us half a heart, like he died. Ain't no ocean, ain't no sea, like he died. Keep my sister away from me, my key died. Me and you, us never part, my key died.